Hi YouTubers, welcome back to my next video. In this video what we are going to see is the folder structure. In my previous video I have shown you the tabs. I have installed the application. I will show you right now. So here you go with the D drives with Ionic, and this is what we have seen in the last video. So these are my few projects which I have been developing right now. So this was the folder. So in this video we are going to see the folder structure. So basically let me open this in Visual Studio Code. I use Visual Studio Code as my editor. If you are not using, please try to make an habit to use it. So here you go with the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so and one more thing, so JNTU Labs, I have got it, and here you go with the JNTU Labs. This is what we have seen in a previous video, and we have stopped it here. Okay, so this is the folder which we get. This Visual Studio Code is basically, if you open this, it basically install the Visual Studio IDs and all, so no need to worry about all these things. So here you have E2E, means when we have generated Ionic serve, so it that creates this file which supports the browser. Okay, so browser configurations and everything is present in at this point. Okay, so no need to worry about this. And these are the like node modules. Basically when we install, when we have clicked on Ionic build application, not build, Ionic new application. So when we have started our new applications, Ionic start and application name, so at that time this node modules will be automatically, they will create a folder. It creates a folder and it install basic and required packages which we can tell, or libraries you can tell, or plugins you can tell. Okay, basically people tell it like plugins. So basically let's follow the syntax like plugins. All the plugins whatever we require, basic plugins, they will be installing, they install to run this application properly. Okay, so that is what we have. Next, coming to source, we will discuss about this course somewhat later. Next you have your typings. So basically Cordova, Ionic is in behind the Ionic, the thing is like Cordova. So Cordova type scripts, everything is present here. So what all these things. Next you have some folder files here basically. So in this basically we go with the, okay, let me add, okay, let me add this. Okay, so basically angular.json, all the modules like schematics, everything is presented here. Okay, so where is your libraries like bootstrap, if you are installing, so you need to add it out here. Everything in basically, if you know Ionic, then this will be the basic part, and we'll not be using this part much more. And if you see my next playlist, if you see the last playlist, there I have installed the bootstrap. At that time I have used this Angular. So basically, so angular.json, where I have added some bootstrap code. Okay, so bootstrap files. Next is your like the project Ionic configuration file, and the most important pack is like here config.js. You don't have right now, but you will be getting it, config.js, which will be the important part. And this is like package. Here you have package. Okay, that's it. Okay, so basically packages you have, whatever the packages you have, all the packages they are named here. That's it. Okay, now coming to source. So basically in source, the app is where you have your all the project source code, like pages, whichever pages we create and everything, it's present in the app. Assets, if you have any images or any kind of images or zip files, videos, anything, if you want to deliver, you can have it in the assets. Then environmental variables, these variables like accessible throughout our project. If you like mostly environmental variables I use for the API URLs. Okay, so it will be here environmental variables, these are environmental variables. and you have two files. One is like production, when you develop the app for production, ready for production. What is production means? When you will release the app in the Play Store, okay, so or when you make a signed APK, at that time all production file, production in whatever present in the environmental production.ts, environment.production.ts, so that variables will be considered, and this will be like only for testing purpose. Okay, this in here the production is false, and here the production will be true. Okay, so next will be our theming, like basically the SAS file of all the CSS written inside it basically. Okay, here you go with the theming, and this is the global theming, so from where we are using this all the CSS modules, core CSS, everything, all the CSS is present here. And this is the root module, like Ionic index module, index page, where you can add different like meta tags here from here. Okay, and next you have like main.ts for this index file. For you need to know for each and every file, okay, HTML file, there will be a TS file. Okay, so those things are here, test files, these things basically rarely we touch. Okay, next let's go to app module. So in this app module you have again some folders and app module.ts okay, and also the app component, you have component HTML, where you will be having this ion router outlet. I'll explain you in my previous video. Actually I have not explained you that there was no audio, so in this I will try to explain you everything. Whenever your app gets starts, okay, your component module gets first activated. Okay, app.component module gets activated, and it checks if something is there here. I need to execute at the time of running, before running the app. Okay, before running the app, once the app is open, then what I need to do is everything what's here you need to mention. Okay, for this component there will be a module, so what are the modules required? For that you will be writing it out here. Okay, so what are the modules are required, and then this component will again check a routing module. Okay, there will be a routing module where it sees, so if is what I need to do once if anything is not present in the component. Now here component you don't have anything, it has a template URL, you need to call this template. So it calls this template, it tells that there is a router outlet, so it goes here, he finds the routers. Okay, router module for all. Okay, it checks that if path is empty, then I need to load it here, or if path is like if there is something in the URL called home, then I need to open this tab. Then what it goes in the tab module, so it goes here directly, and it goes check the router module, tab router module. Okay, so basically if you go see here, there will be an icons. Okay, that's fine. Okay, before going to it, it go to routes, and it checks that I am empty, so what I need to do. So here when it is empty, so I need to go for tabs, and there will be an index, so I need to go there. So here is the path, and then here is the index. So okay, so I need to go to it here. So where I need to go, tab1.module, so where it is present, it's outside the folder. I need to go outside the folder, and there will be a folder called tabs, and then I need to go the tab.module. Then again go to the routing module, it tells that the path is this, and the component which you need to see is tab1 page. So it goes to component module. Okay, component, where is page.ts, here is a component. Okay, here is a component, you next it sees that my template is this one, I need to open it, and then and the styling is this. Basically you need to understand selector if you want to select this tab. So it goes here, and then it opens this page. So what's happened backside of the Ionic, this is what happens. Okay, so that's the basic part. So that's all for this. Basically what you need to do, this is how the routing concept happens in this Ionic field. Basically, so this is the tab 2, this is tab 3. So basically in this routing module everything is in this, only these two things are available. So first opens the app module, then it checks whether it's empty. Whether it's home, then it directly goes to the home page, and then it's open. So if you want to build a normal pages without like normal pages without like any subfolders or kind of thing, then you can go ahead and create how many number of pages as you like. So it will create automatically here. Okay, so let me create some more things, essential parts which we require basically here in this app module. In this app module, what we require is one folder called components. Okay, components is nothing but a small bit of code which we usually need in other modules or other pages. Okay, like in this home page or this page, tab 1 page or tab 2 page or any pages. So basically I need it, so that's the reason I created one folder called components. Okay, next folder I need is like in this, not in this, in this app module I need some pages. So every time if I create all the pages here, so what happen is my app folder will become huge. So if I have like pages folder, inside that pages all the files, all the pages which I create, if I have there, then I have an organized way. Okay, so that's the reason I created one pages app. Next what I need is services. Whatever the service modules, like what we call like if you remember, we have a HTTP service, storage services, many more services we have. So those kind of services we will be writing it here. AdMob service, okay, AdMob free service. So all the services will be available at in this folder. Okay, so we will be writing in this folder. So model, everything. Okay, so services happen got. Next you can have your guards. Guards is nothing but full a piece of code where you will be you will be protecting your pages. For example, say some of your pages will be like unauthenticated pages and authenticated pages, right? Some of your pages will be, so if authentication means if someone logins, then only they can able to view this page, otherwise they need to come out of the page and they need to log in. So here the system is like we have guards where we can protect our what we call our this tabs, okay, or the internal pages what we require. So that can be that can be useful as a guards. And next will be like basically these are the things basically which we require. And let me see some other. So nothing more than that, this is what we require for these modules, and this is what the folder structure should be. And that's it for this video. In our next video we will check any of one our API and then we will start writing the code. Okay, so API first we will check the API, and with that API what we can able to do and how what project we can able to build, we will check it out and then we will start doing the project. Okay, hope this video you have liked this video, and I think I have cleared most of your doubts. What is the folder structure and all, everything in the Ionic we get in Ionic 5. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.